So pretty much, I talked to the all the staff the entire time. In fact, the anesthesiologist said, "I think the drug I gave you in pre-op or whatever it's really called is wearing off." She knew what it was called. I can't remember. I said, "Oh, how can you tell?" And I it was because I was talking so much. So anyway, um, my hand is starting to tingle. Uh, so after So they were really good at letting me know things were going well throughout the entire operation. And then as they got close to being done, they started to be more active. And so I stopped talking, just started listening to all the things they were talking about, which I can't remember very well. They um, oh, when they started bandaging, once again I couldn't feel anything. My one concern was the I got some advice from, I think, the anesthesiologist. She said, make sure your shoulders are relaxed because that's the one thing that you can move that can affect your hand. And so I actually interrupted them when I realized my shoulders were tense. I was like, "Am I making it hard for you?" And then I relaxed, and they informed me that if I was making it hard for them, they would let the anesthesiologist know, and she would knock me out. So yeah, it was it, th- they had complete ability to protect my fingers from being ruined by my own actions, which was very comforting. Oh, and at any time during the operation, if I didn't feel well or didn't want to suffer through anymore, I could ask, and she would give me drugs to make me drowsy and sleepy and forgetful. So very empowering to be able to be in control of whether or not you're going to go to sleep or not. So hats off to them for all of those things. The cleanup process was interesting because they had to, they kept measuring. Um, I'm big. Don't be shocked. Those of you who know me, I know you probably just think of me as a normal sized person, but to people who aren't familiar and know me, that I'm just a normal sized person in a huge body, they were all caught up in the hugeness of my body and trying to figure out the right size of splint and things for my wrist and my hand. And the doctor had told me before that he was going to secure my hand. He used a cool term. I can't remember what it was, but it implied that it would be slightly bent because they had to stitch a 2 centimeter wide gap that extended from one end of the wrist to the other. Um, and having it slightly bent would make it solid, uh, less likely to make it easier for the stitches and stuff as it healed over the next 12 days. So, okay, so then they wrapped it all up. They got it all clean, or got it all wrapped up when it was sterile still. And then once it was wrapped up, they went ahead and took down the blind. I'm going to call it a blind since I haven't called it the same thing in any one of these videos, but that blue blind sterile sheet that came up and over my face about 3 feet away above my head. Um, anyway, they took that down, and I was able to watch them do the rest.